Okay, reading tasks, or tâches de lecture, as we call them in French, are important because it gives students a chance to learn about contextualization of what they're reading, and it gives them a chance to apply strategies of organization, critical analysis, and comprehension. However, when you are doing reading tasks, you need to make sure to apply modeling in a variety of different texts so that students can develop different strategies that they can then use independently towards future tasks. Whether they're more difficult or not, they usually have the same structure or the same process that they've already learned, so they can then apply it. And this is connected to the curriculum because it allows you to apply your knowledge to authentic situations and contexts. So reading activities don't necessarily just have to be close-ended questions like true and false, multiple choice, or fill in the blank, where students can copy and paste the questions directly or the answers directly from the text. A more authentic way of evaluating reading skills is through open-ended questions that allow them to actually think and apply their understanding and their knowledge. And even through these types of questions, you can still evaluate their reading skills and their comprehension skills.
Strategies to help your students further their understanding during reading activities could be to write down on the board ce que j'ai compris et ce que je n'ai pas compris. This is the time for them to come up with sticky notes or with markers to write down what they understood and what they need further explanation on. This is also a great time to talk about word patterns and reoccurring words that happen throughout the text that could be important to the message of the reading. Pictures and other like subheading and chapter titles could help them understand the meaning of the text as well as the main idea of the text. Together as a class, you could also look at new expressions that they meet throughout the text, which could be important to understanding it. So in a high school context, you can create a package such as the one that we'll go through soon to talk about a certain book and divide it into chapters and new vocabulary as well as questions that could further their understanding of what happened throughout the chapter. This could easily turn into an oral and a written activity with students writing summaries of what happened in the chapter and also presenting those vocabularies and the answers to the questions as well as their opinions to the class.
Exposé d'un livre. I have the student write the title of the book and write the author. And as they're reading it, I have them document who, qui, what, quoi, quand, when, où, where, comment, how, and pourquoi, why. So those are the first two pages, well, the first page double-sided of the booklet. Now I have a chart. Ce que j'ai compris, ce que je n'ai pas compris. What I understood, what I didn't understand. And in this chart, students can jot down notes of certain concepts, ideas that they understood and what they did not understand from the book. This is also something that you as teachers, you can have that up on, you can also have that up on your chalkboard in the classroom and have students fill out their ideas. Then you have the vocabulary section. So this is where students will keep track of words that are new to them and words they did not understand. And then afterwards, they can use their English-French dictionary to find the word in English. So we have français et anglais. Now we have some more critical thinking questions. So how do the images in each page help me to understand the story? That's very important. We want students to make connections between the images and the pictures in the book to the content of the story, because obviously students are not going to understand every single word in a story. Are there any words that are used often or repeated in the text? These can often be key words that are in the text. We want students to recognize them as well. Quelle est l'idée principale du texte? What is the main idea of the story? It's the same way as we do listening activities, we're looking for main ideas and common themes. Est-ce que tu aimes ce livre? Pourquoi ou pourquoi pas? Did you like this book? Simple question, yes or no. And if you can continue this book, what would you write? Or if you could continue this story, what would you write? So that's part of a package that I like to give my students when I teach them how to read. It helps them organize their thoughts and their ideas, and it helps them follow along with the book. So another activity that you can do in class to enhance reading comprehension is literature circles. So this can be where students each have a role to play. Put them in groups, and you have connecteur au monde réel. So you have one person who makes connections to their life or to their own experiences to the real world. They take the content from the chapter and make connections. The second role that you can have is les beaux mots. So one person will keep a chart of words that they didn't understand, certain expressions they didn't understand, and they would look up the word, write the page that that expression is found, and find a definition and how it relates to the context of the book. That's les beaux mots. The third role is animateur de la discussion. So you'll have one student who creates discussion questions based on the chapter of the book that week. And then finally, I think this is my favorite part, we have créativité. So in this role, people or the students will create a poem, a drawing, BD, bande dessinée, a comic, or anything that they like, a creative piece to demonstrate the content of that chapter. So as you can tell, each person has a unique role and they're contributing to the discussion. And this is something you as teachers can circle around your classroom and evaluate the students on as well. So I think this is a great way to approach reading comprehension, and it's also very interactive in class and it's authentic. So consider this when you're studying a novel in French class.